Hello. How is everyone today? I don't think there's anybody in the chat yet, so I am just going to talk out to those that are watching this in replay. Hello, hello. How are you all doing today? I hope your Christmas season is absolutely fantastic. Um, so I am now going to introduce my partner in crime, my wasabi for my sushi. Ooh, that sounded wrong. My peanut butter for my jelly, um, my grilled cheese to my tomato soup, my yin to my yang, my buddy, my best friend, and my confidant. Dadman Walking 55.
Hello, how are you today?
I am doing okay. I'm going to like myself and let me get this video shared here real quick.
And
Just
I
see
just,
maybe we can get some people in
yeah, I
here.
just tweeted it out too. So,
Oh, good, good.
and how that goes. But hey, definitely different doing these 12 o'clock ones.
Yes,
It's a lot different. At least we can take our time getting started. Considering right now it's just us. So
yep. We're doing the show for ourselves because we like it.
yeah,
So,
exactly. It's always
and
fun to
I
see
do.
new
I
people.
enjoyed watching these old shows.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
one thing I truly hate when I of doing the posts like of the shows and things like
Right.
that
No,
is
what's
that
that?
I see other people's posts and I get distracted.
Oh, I know. Believe
I
me.
like Lisa's pan fried Cajun cod with tater tots. So good. This looks so yummy good. Okay, let me go over to threads. Post over there. And there we go. We're going to post this here. I'm not going to post it on Discord because I already did. So,
No. Oh,
so what?
I,
Go ahead.
uh, I, I've got somebody wanting to make sure we're on the right stream. So,
What?
uh, see, I'm actually trying to get it to somebody there that's trying to find the right stream. They're not familiar with YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. They were
Okay.
watching. We were talking about something about tater tots. So that's what they're watching right now.
Yes, that's it. I was talking about Lisa's
Oh,
uh did a post on Twitter while I was posting it of Cajun cod and tater tots. So
okay.
I was seeing that. So yes, that is where we're supposed to be. Supposedly we have 4 people watching on
Yeah,
YouTube. Wow, thank you,
exactly.
4 people.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, it's so we do have people out there, and I actually confirmed the existence of one of them. They asked if we see them right now, and I'm like, no, you got to leave a comment. We don't know who's there unless you leave a comment. That's the only way we
Right.
see who's exactly there. Twitch is a little bit different. On Twitch side, you can see who's out there uh, in the chat.
I
By the
don't know in
users.
YouTube's I don't know in YouTube Studio if you could do that, but
I don't know of a way either. I think on YouTube, it's pretty much people's and basically they lurk. That's why we call them lurkers. And if they
mm,
don't lurk, they comment and join in the chat. So that's
right.
what happens. So I'm going over and
Hello, hello. How are you doing today? You found it. Woohoo!
yes. Hello, Shonda.
Hello,
How are you
hello.
today? Yay. All right, we got one.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and start
Wow, you're
then.
up to 9 people watching, 2 on the Twitch
Well,
side. Make sure you follow Mrs. Dadman over on the Twitch side. Make sure you've hit that like, hit subscribe to her channel. Get her to
thank
500
you,
for
thank you.
monetization. Yay, it's cool. You have
Well,
not begun to see anything yet. Hey, the name who cannot be pronounced, I can finally say it because I'm on live with you in the daytime because I don't see him at the night. But yes, hey,
I'm here, but
I
I
can
don't want
say,
to appear. The cops are after me once again.
all
Do
right,
do do.
all right.
So it is.
We are not the Isle of Misfit Toys, although sometimes it feels like it.
Is it like what time is it over there?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it
It's let's see,
like
UK's
10?
like 6 hours. That's probably about 9 hours, I think, nine to
So
ten
like
hours. So
11? 10, 11 o'clock
I'm
evening time.
at 10 o'clock. I'm guessing 9 or 10 o'clock.
Just stay in the shadows. Name we cannot pronounce. Just stay in the
Exactly.
shadows. So
But
I'm so
also,
glad.
can I take a second to introduce
Yes,
tell everybody something that's coming up at the end of the month again?
it's
19, so
7:05.
7:05.
Okay,
Yes.
so there's a
Cool.
7 hour difference.
Speaking of worldwide, we have been worldwide for a couple years now. I mean, we have people in South Africa, all over the place. We know we got Greece, we got Malaysia, all this. But beginning probably about 4 a.m. Eastern on December 31, we plan on doing a around the world celebration, which I attempted last year and ended about 6 time zones short because I didn't prepare for him. But Mrs. is joining me this year, and we're going to celebrate ring in New Year's as it comes in every time zone around the world.
Yes, I'm
So hopefully
insane.
y'all can be with
After
us
doing
this year.
all these 12 movies of Christmas, which of course I can't do it half-ass. So
No,
um, I spend more time on it than I should. But oh now then
no.
doing the 28-hour stream, you're insane.
Yeah, but see, I
You're,
will tell you what happened last year with it. I kind of winged it as I went through.
yeah,
Maps and Google is uh,
yeah. He's the
very
king.
powerful. You just had to not dox yourself. So
He's the king of winging it, and I am not.
that's
So
so funny in real life. I can't wing
yes.
things.
On that note, let's talk about some of the movies that we have already reviewed and what our ratings are on them. Let's see.
Absolutely.
The first one we reviewed was Jingle All the Way. I hated it. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was just so not had anything to do with Christmas. Dadman loved it and gave it 8 boxes of popcorn. Gremlins. I liked Gremlins.
Put
I
that
did.
cookie down now.
Yes. Gremlins, I liked some. I liked it. Some of the effects I don't think aged well, but I gave that an 8 out of 10. Dadman liked it and gave it a 7 out of 10.
I had never watched that movie before.
It was the first time he had watched it.
It
We saw the. Go ahead.
actually it was better. It was a better movie than Gremlins 2.
Well,
I will say
yes,
both
I
the movies,
hated
but
Gremlins too. I'll tell you that.
we were tired though. I think watching Gremlins 2.
No,
We
I
shouldn't have
hated
waited.
Gremlins too. I
It
hated
put me
it.
to sleep this time. I like Gremlins 2, but
And then we watched our the Token Christmas Carol was the 1951 Alastair Sim. There's so many of them, and we both gave that an 8 out of 10. We thought it was a very good rendition of the classic story written by Charles Dickens. Next year, I think I'm going to do a contest, and I'm gonna get 16 different Christmas carols, and we're going to do a basketball bracket thing and see
mm-hmm.
which one wins the championship.
The
So,
hard part's going to be seeding them.
well, we're just going to
Because you
kind of
have to have some bias in it in terms of truly seeding them properly.
well, I think what I'm going to do is I'll do like classic ones, like older classic ones, and then we'll do like the ones that are just kind of take
Right,
um,
right.
the hint of it, like Scrooged in some of them. So anyway,
Muppet
we
Christmas
both gave
Carol.
that one 8 out of 10, and there's a lot of them. Our
Yeah.
next movie that we reviewed was The Santa Claus. I gave that a 6 out of 10, only because of Tim Allen. Dadman gave it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it was too many of the
He,
same bad
uh,
dad storylines, and
yeah,
I did.
yeah, but too
He was
many
good,
tropes
but I
in
didn't
it.
think it funny as much as. But see,
I,
like Jingle All the Way is mindless brain dump humor,
it is
but yeah,
mindless. I agree with that. And
the
then we
name who's can pronounce is like me. His personal favorite. That
mhm,
was interesting seeing Alistair Sim
mhm.
because it's like Patton. All I could think of is George C. Scott as Ebenezer Scrooge,
Oh
or
yeah, that was so funny when they
just
actually on my morning show when we did birthdays, and it was George C. Scott. It was Patton's birthday, and, and there was a picture of him. I'm like, no, that's not him.
yeah,
I mean, I knew it was him, but I only had that picture like of George C. Scott as
yeah,
Patton. So
exactly.
yeah. And then we did Elf. Elf was 4 out of 10 for both of us. I find Will Ferrell annoying. That's why I gave it 4. I thought the reason it got 4 is I thought the story was an original. I loved some scenes in it that were really good. So I don't think it deserved a no stars, but no, but not a bunch.
See, I think
So,
that one suffered with me from the. You know who I'm talking about? The people that
yeah,
renewed that. Oh my gosh, this is the best movie ever. It's like a
yeah,
classic and all the stuff, and it's like, no, it's
right.
just you if you were like 300 pounds thinner and running around in an elf costume. So
Yeah, yeah. So and then last night we reviewed Krampus, a Christmas horror story. I really liked it. Dad really liked it. We gave it 8 out of 10. We had our friend Agent Atwood with us, that also is a huge horror fan, and he gave it 7 out of 10 Krampuses. So that is what we do. Now we're up to our Christmas shows. These are all classic shows. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and just get right into it. And let's start um, with our first program. The first one I don't think a lot of people have heard about. This is it's been called Disney's uh, Forgotten Christmas program. Hey, Penny, you have a busy day. Well,
hey,
thank you for listening in the background. We appreciate that. So, the small one, it was released December 16th, 1978. I love this movie. I first saw it in the movie theater um, as a pre show to, I believe it was Pinocchio.
oh really?
hmm
I
I
did
was
not know that.
14 at the time,
Mhm.
and was watching Pinocchio. So here we go. In a Galilean, what we do for those of you that haven't been here before is that we're going to actually read a synopsis, do some quotes from the programs, and show still pictures of the show. So we're going to start off with the small one.
Mhm.
Dadman, if you can be the boy and Joseph in this one, and I will be all the other ones.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right, there we go.
Okay, are you
I'm
ready? Are you
Joseph and the boy. Yeah,
okay? Okay,
I was
okay. I
getting republishing while we're going. Okay.
Okay, okay. You
All
ready?
right.
You ready? Okay. In the Galilean countryside near the city of Nazareth, Her- Herodian kingdom, a young boy and his father owned 4 donkeys. One donkey, there we go, small one, is so old and weak. I'm not going to be able to get through this. And this one always makes me cry, everybody. He cannot adequately do his job of carrying the wood collected by the boy's father. The boy loads small one with the smallest sticks and helps him to carry them. See, I'm starting to cry already.
Okay. And which ones do you
Don't
want me
you
to do
have
again?
enough? You're going to
Oh,
do the boy and
okay.
Joseph.
Okay.
Don't you have enough work without doing small ones too?
Oh no, father, it's no trouble at all.
One evening, the boy's father says that he has to sell small one because he cannot do enough work to cover the cost of his care. Devastated by the news, the boy volunteers to take the donkey to be sold so that he can try to find him a kind master. The father agrees and tells him that he has to sell him for 1 piece of silver. The next day, the boy takes Small One to the market. At first, they are tricked by a Roman guard into visiting a local tanner. You have a donkey for sale?
His his name is Small One.
Hmm, 1 piece of silver.
Will you take good care of him?
I only want him for his hide, boy. I'm a tanner.
The tanner. You want to make leather out of him?
1 piece of silver.
No, I won't sell him. I won't. No, no.
Terrified, they run out of the shop when they discover he only wants the donkey's hide. As they wander the streets looking for a buyer, they encounter several townspeople, shop owners, and merchants, none of who want to buy. At last, the boy leads Small One onto the stage at a horse auction. The auctioneer has no interest in selling a scrawny donkey, which causes the boy to insist that Small One is good enough to be in the king's stable. This prompts the auctioneer and the crowd to laugh and poke fun. When the auctioneer attempts to sit on Small One, shoving the boy out of his way, Small One, rousing the strength to buck and kick the auctioneer off him, sends him crashing into the stage and knocking it over. The boy and small one run away and sit at a street corner hopelessly weeping. At this moment, a kind man comes up to the boy.
I need a gentle donkey to carry my wife to Bethlehem. Is he for sale?
He can only offer one piece of silver. The boy accepts, says goodbye to small one, and watches as the couple and small one leave. On their journey, as the bright star appears in the sky. And that
Mhm.
was small one. Oh, I'm
Yep.
sorry. I got to compose myself. That always makes me cry.
Well, good morning to Buddy Hepburn. Hello, Buddy.
Hey,
How are you
buddy.
today?
How are you?
10 people watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like. And thank you. We're in the first one, small one,
Yes, we.
tonight. We've actually got 3 people on the Twitch side this morning. Welcome.
Oh,
Follow over
cool.
there.
Thank you. Thank you. Who is over? Is anyone commented over on Twitch?
Nobody's commented yet, but
Nope.
we got some lurkers. So awesome. We got
Oh,
lurkers everywhere. We love
yes,
lurkers
we.
too.
So our next story that we're going to do is oh wait, good morning, buddy. By the way, just woke up. Oh, I am.
About
So first,
9:15. Yeah.
Santa
Did you
Claus.
did you did you want to talk about this one a little bit, or are we going to come back to them at the end?
Um, I get. Oh, we can talk about them. I think when we're done. Okay. So small one. What did you? Um, this one I have fond memories of.
Well, what kind
Um,
of? I mean, I know you mentioned it was like
oh,
a
I just
pre-show
remember
for.
seeing it a pre-show of Pinocchio, I believe it was, and I just loved it. I thought it was sweet. Um, it's a gentle story, and
Hmm.
at the end they allude that it's Joseph and Mary going to Bethlehem, um, and I just think it's precious that the message that I think that everyone has worth,
Hmm. Yeah.
and that everybody has value in God's eyes. And
Right.
it just touches me. And I think that it just, especially today where life is so devalued, um,
Hmm.
that the
Yeah.
message is it's just a wonderful message. And it always hits me and it always makes me cry.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm
The religious tones are all throughout it, the Christian themes and stuff, and of
there's
course
a
with
lot
Joseph
of
coming to her.
the older programs have religious tones in it.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
see that in some of the others that we talk
I,
about.
and a lot of the others they'll have it in there.
Hmm.
It was quite surprising. Excuse me.
Hmm. No, it's a different
So
time, a different time, different age.
right,
Uh, depends on how much it meant. But I this was a new one for me. I had not seen it before.
a lot of
I
people don't
I
know it.
it was nice. It was sweet. I will say.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I liked that it was new. It was not long. It was fairly short, which is good for my attention span sometimes. But but it was really good. It was effective. The animation was good for the time, and they really got to the point, told the story pretty efficiently, fairly
Mhm.
quickly, and there's not. I mean, that's about it. I will say I was surprised with this one, but I'll hold off on ranking till later.
Okay, very good, very good.
So, yeah.
And then our next one is the Rankin and Bass. Santa Claus is coming to town. So
What?
here
That's
we
not
go.
base. Sorry,
Um,
that's a
and this
joke Hungry and I had with the other people. So.
and it was aired the first time December 13th, 1970. So, following a newsreel highlighting the excitement of children worldwide awaiting Santa Claus, a postman named Special Delivery, S or SD for short, Clugger, who is voiced by Fred Astaire, is introduced. After Clugger's mail truck breaks down, he proceeds to tell the story of Santa Claus and responds to letters sent by children. The story begins with a baby named Claus arriving on the doorstep of Burgermeister Meisterburger, who is played by Paul Frees. The grouchy mayor of Sombertown. Meisterburger orders Grimsley, his aide, to take Claus to an orphanage, but a gust of wind sweeps the baby away. Claus is rescued by a group of animals who transport him to the Kringles, a family of elves. They rename him Chris and raise him, teaching him how to make toys. When Chris is old enough, and Chris is voiced by Mickey Rooney, he travels to Sombertown with a lost penguin whom he names Topper. Meanwhile, Meisterburger, having tripped over a toy duck, enacts a law prohibiting toys.
Meister Burger. I hate toys, and toys hate me. Either they are going or I am going, and I am certainly not going. Gramsley!
Chris arrives to bestow toys on the local children, even giving one to Miss Jessica, who's voiced by Robbie Lester, their school teacher. Meisterburger orders Chris's arrest, prompting him to flee into the forest with Topper. They are soon captured by the Winter Warlock, who is voiced by Keenan Wynn, but the Warlock befriends Chris after he is given a toy train. To prevent any further toy distribution, Meisterburger orders all doors and windows locked. But Chris enters by the chimneys and places toys in the children's stockings. So Meisterburger sets a trap for Chris, while his soldiers capture Winter and the Kringles. Jessica visits with Winter in prison, where he reveals that he has lost all his magic, except for some enchanted corn that enables some of Chris's reindeer to fly. With the help of the reindeer, Chris and his companions escape. Soon after, Chris, now sporting a beard as a disguise, returns to his Claus name and marries Jessica. They travel to the North Pole to establish a toy shop. With the death of Meisterburger, the toy ban is revoked, and Chris is deemed a saintly figure, becoming Santa Claus. Due to the rising demand for toys, Santa limits his gift giving to Christmas Eve, the anniversary of his and Jessica's wedding. Um, I'll do. I don't know. We'll just alternate. You be the narrator, and then we'll alternate the voices.
Okay. And that is the story of Santa Claus.
He's so wonderful. Everybody must love him.
Well, most everybody. Oh, he's not considered an outlaw anymore, but there are still some.
Ebenezer Scrooge. Ah, bah humbug.
Disgruntled retailer. Christmas is a bother. The noise, the crowd. I really wish it were outlawed.
Businessman. How can they talk about Santa Claus when there is so much unhappiness in the world?
Poor misguided folks. They missed the whole point. Lots of unhappiness? Maybe so, but Santa doesn't take a little bit of that unhappiness away. Doesn't a smile on Christmas morning scratch out a tear cried on a Saturday? Not much, maybe. But what would happen if we all tried to be like Santa and learned to give as only he can give of ourselves, our talents, our love, and our hearts? Maybe we could all learn Santa's beautiful lesson, and maybe there would finally be peace on earth and goodwill toward men. Hey, it's getting late, and I've got these letters to deliver. You better be getting home, too. And remember, behave yourselves, because Santa can still look down into his magic snowball and see just what you're up to. And now that you know all about him, you can be darn sure that come snow or high water, Santa Claus is coming to town.
And that is the Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah.
So,
And it's
and
Fallout Dave.
hello, hello. And yes, share your thoughts and comments on the shows as we air them. We are rating them to let you know so that if you can prepare. We are going to be rating our movies from 1 to 6, 1 being our most favorite and 6 being our least favorite. So, um, if you want to, as we're going along, if you want to kind of keep an ear out, and so you can do that, we have done a small one, which is about a donkey that, an older donkey that is used to transport Mary to Bethlehem. And then Santa Claus is coming to town. The origins of Santa Claus and some of those
Yeah.
Um, why? Why is he wearing a red suit? Why has he got a beard? Why this? Why that? So,
I would say this one. I will say this one. This one was interesting. I think because I mean, you got Fred Astaire was the narrator, the postman, right?
yes.
That I mean, you had that, and this was the first of these that we watched. That my biggest memory from these '60s and '70s cartoons were just the
Mm,
famous actors, the people. It's before the days of voice actors or things like that. People, just actors were actors, and to get some of these so people that were so popular in Hollywood and acting and probably musicals to be parts of these TV shows, I thought was
mhm,
amazing. And you heard them routinely. It's
mhm.
like you could recognize the voice from
Yeah.
Christmas show to Christmas show. You might not know the
Yeah.
name, but you know
Fred
some of these names
Astaire,
were
Burl
very.
Ives, yeah.
The guy that sings the Grinch song, the guy that
Boris
played
Karloff.
Burgermeister, some of these other minor voices in here that were
Mhm,
just like, "Hey, I've heard him here, I've heard him there," and it was like
mhm.
really cool. Made a connection from all of them together.
And
What do you
Buddy
think? Oh,
well,
okay, go ahead.
Buddy first off says that, this is probably my favorite of the Rankin Bass stop motion ones.
Mm,
Um, I can't remember what my ranking was. So, I
yeah,
can't
but
remember how I
but
ranked, so
when
I'm
you
gonna
watched it, did it bring back any memories, or what
they
were you
all
thinking as
bring
you're
back
watching?
memories. I mean, I remember sitting, watching all these shows with my family, because there was no cable.
Hmm.
So we
Right?
had to watch them when they came on, we all sit and watch them.
Yeah. No
And
VCR.
then y yeah, it was before the VCR, but, I just they're so nostalgic, but they have not I talk a lot about how has it aged.
Hmm.
It's ageless.
Yeah.
Even with all the CGI. I mean, I look at the ones now with the CGI, some of God, they have no soul.
Yeah.
And this has, it has a soul. It's it breathes, it's the animation, and I'm not, you know, CGI is okay, and there's some wonderful CGI that are out there. One we're going to watch on Thursday, but so much stuff is just plopped out, and it has
Hmm.
no soul. And these are timeless. They're timeless stories, um, and yes, today's kids will never know the struggle of having to make sure you're in front of the TV at whatever time to
Yeah.
watch the show.
You better
Yeah,
not be late either. Better not go to
yeah.
the bathroom. And Simply Steve's here. Y'all not aged at all. Thumbs up.
Hello, Simply Steve. And that's the thing. I think they truly
Mm,
are classics. Some of them, unfortunately, um, lost some of the prints of the original um, things. So there have been, sometimes the quality might not be as good as it can in the restoration. But
mhm.
even then, I think that there's some charm and some soul in them that you don't see in a lot of stuff. Yes, he played a lot of the voices. He was all the Kringle elves, the antagonists, and animals. Yes,
Mhm.
and he also did Burgermeister Meisterburger. Is that who? No, is that who he did?
Let's see. I'm looking back at the sheet. Uh,
Yeah, he did
yes, Burgermeister
Burgermeister.
Meisterburger.
So,
I like
but
that name. That's a
so
cool name.
so let's go ahead and we'll go to our next um one, and you just read the do you want to read all that narration, or do you want me to?
I'll read it for you. You can take this one off.
Okay, okay.
And Buddy said, yes, that's what we were talking about just a second ago before unless you
Excuse
were
me.
lurking. These voices were distinctful, and you could
Mhm.
tell who did a voice from one show to the next, and they were.
Yes.
Uh, 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 Remind me to talk about that about the Grinch, okay, Mrs.
Okay.
When we get
Yes.
to that and we
Yes.
start talking, I don't know, maybe in evaluations, because that,
Yep.
yes, the
I
voices
know what
make a
you're going to
difference.
talk about. I
Yep,
agree with you.
Burgermeister, Meisterburger, and Grimsley. Yep.
Yep.
So Uh,
Poor
oh
Grinch
yeah,
Story.
he's the voice of the ghost host in the Haunted Mansion. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's right.
Okay. Nope.
Yes, see, that's what the thing is. These
And
voices
I'm your ghost.
famous all over the place, and it's just
Mhm.
really, really amazing. And of course, there's the normal buy a cup of coffee reminder, folks. All right, the next movie or next show was The Little Drummer Boy. Do you want me to wait for the slides to advance, or are
No,
you
you
going to
just.
slide into?
I'll advance them as you read.
Oh, hey, yes, Keenan Wynn was the voice actor for Winter Warlock. Yep.
Yes.
So keep throwing in the first two if you want to say comments now, or you can wait till we rate them, or you feel free to chat as we do it. So, and Buddy
And
says that he did a lot of the voice acting for children's shows and Disney productions.
mhm. And we'll probably do those after we finish reading it because but please put your
Yeah.
comments and stuff
Yes.
in
So if
because
you want to star them,
we don't
go
have
ahead.
enough fingers. I don't have enough fingers to do it.
Yeah.
So that's part of it.
14 watching now. Thank y'all
Yes,
so
thank
much for
you
being
all
here
so
today.
much. Okay,
All
so
right.
here we go. The Little Drummer Boy. I
Okay.
did not put when this was released. I
Oh, you
don't
did.
remember.
Okay. Well,
So
I
my
might try to.
apologies.
Well, you can look it up while I'm reading if you want to.
No, I
But
can. I'm pushing buttons. I'm changing
okay.
slides.
Push my buttons.
I'm
Okay.
being the producer.
All
Ah!
right. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
The Little Drummer Boy. A Jewish boy named Aaron lives a peaceful life on a farm with his parents and three animals: a donkey named Samson, a lamb named Baba, and a camel named Joshua. Aaron is given a drum on his birthday, which makes animals dance with joy when he plays it. One night, bandits attack the farm and kill Aaron's parents. Aaron survives, but is left emotionally scarred and vows to hate all mankind. Aaron's drumming abilities catch the attention of Ben Haramed, who kidnaps him and makes him join the caravan with rather inept performers against his will. When performing in Jerusalem, Aaron becomes infuriated by the townspeople's amusement and lashes out at the townspeople, accusing them of being thieves and knaves, for which Ben verbally castigates him before they continue on their way. So, sometime later, the troop comes upon the Magi caravan, who are following a bright star in the sky. Seizing his chance, Ben greedily attempts to perform for the Magi, but they are uninterested as they try to make haste to get to the star's destination. One of the caravan camels becomes too weak to continue traveling, and the Magi has no extra camel. So Ben seizes Aaron and bargains with him that they use Joshua in exchange for some of their gold. But Aaron refuses to take any gold from Ben and leaves for Bethlehem with Samson and Baba. Later, Aaron and his two remaining animal companions, Samson and Baba, escape, climb the tallest hill, and join up with the Magi as they follow the star and then journey toward Bethlehem. There, upon recognizing Joshua and trying to reunite with the camel, Baba is struck by a Roman chariot. Aaron takes the injured lamb to the Magi to be healed, but they insist that maybe the baby can help. Having no gift to give to the baby, Aaron decides that his gift to him and his parents will be his playing the drum for them. As a sign of gratitude, Baba is healed and rushes into Aaron's arms, filling Aaron's heart with joy at last. And the
I'll
story, you go ahead then.
I'll read this part. And Aaron's heart was filled with joy and love, and he knew at last that the hate he had carried there was wrong, as all hatred will ever be wrong. For more powerful, more beautiful by far than any all the eons of sadness and cruelty and desolation which had come before was that one tiny crystalline second of laughter. Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one too.
Yeah, this was what just what jumped out at me was how dark these things got. These old kid shows.
Well,
I mean,
and Buddy says 1968
okay, yeah,
was when
that
it was.
makes sense.
And Paul Frees did a lot of voice acting for children's shows and Disney productions.
Yeah.
They didn't. Well, they didn't candy coat it. I mean, when I watched it, they had the how the. It's like they literally set the sets on fire.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
that was real
parents.
fire
We
when
saw
they
them
did
throw
that.
the thing in the dead guys. It's like what? Even though it was a heavy allusion to, but it's like what the heck? Right out of the gate, and you turn a kid to like hating the world and everybody. I mean, like, whoa, that was.
If you read books that were written for children in the
Hmm.
1800s and early 1900s, they didn't um, they didn't they didn't sugarcoat it. I mean,
Hmm.
we were watching this one, and this girl got mad at someone and pushed her in the snow, and she got sick. And the girl that pushed her in the snow asked her father's or the girl's father, did what I do make her worse? And he's like, he was kind about it, but he was like, yeah, her sitting in the snow for hours caused her condition to worse, and that is why she is sick in bed now. I mean,
Hmm.
it just was like it wasn't like, "Oh, no, it's okay." Um, yes, they weren't sanitized for little minds, um,
Yep.
but they gave a solution. It wasn't all just like this. It wasn't all just dark, 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 you
Right.
know, because it gave hope and, healing at the end. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, and I did think it did a good job. It was in terms of for what it contained in there, the biblically accurate though. I
mhm.
just, I actually some of the others we had Bible references and other stuff in there that were like,
Even
well,
Santa Claus is Coming to Town had Bible references,
right.
um, with, talking about I didn't it was not in there, but when they got married, um,
Hmm.
they, uh, talked about it, at the time of Jesus'
Hmm.
birth and the celebration. I'm trying
Right.
to remember, so they
And they
they
couldn't find
talked
a
about
church. They couldn't find a church, so they had it out in the, yeah. It's
yeah,
because they were being married before God. I thought that
right.
was a very interesting reference there. So, but yeah,
So, yeah. So, the Little Drummer Boy, like again, I say they have aged well. Um,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think,
I forgot about the more the con artist, kind of the con artist side, show traveling showman guy.
mhm,
That's that's rough. That had to be rough for a kid to run in that first time, and having to survive after what had happened to him. The bandits coming through,
yeah,
and just was just man, dang, depressing. But
yeah,
it ultimately ends in a nice, a wonderful resolution of hope
right.
and peace, and his life's changed. So.
Right, and Fallout Dave says, yes, there are topics now that you'll never see in Christmas shows, which I think
Hmm.
is so ironic. Um,
Hmm.
and Buddy says, I think of them as like parables and life lessons, inspire you to follow a better choice or direction. Yes,
Hmm.
and Simply Steve agrees
Yeah.
with that. So we will go to our next one, which is a time honored classic. Dadman, did you get those pictures or did you forget them?
I forgot them, but give me a minute while you're reading here. I can work on that.
I just saw it and I just thought about it.
Yeah, I
Well,
will work on. I will work on them if you take the lead for a little bit.
okay.
It won't
I'm
take me
only
long to
going to
get.
need you to do, if you could do Donner's voice
Hmm.
in the second uh, quote, then I can work on the rest. Okay, so our next one
Donner or
is
Mrs. Donner?
I will be the missus since I'm
Okay, all right,
female.
all right.
So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, December 6th, 1964. So here we go. No, I'm not going to fire him. I'm not going to fire him. That's okay. I just remembered it also.
Look at
So
that.
here we go. So,
Oh, I'm
um,
here. Hey, listen. I've always said, like a famous talk show host always said, the callers or the guest are here to make the host look great. So there you go.
and I thank you all 10 that are watching. I really appreciate that. Let's see. We have 8 likes. Very, very good. So here we go. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And we have Sam the Snowman, who is voiced by Burl Ives. If I live to be 100, I'll never forget the big snowstorm a couple years ago. The weather closed in, and, well, you might not believe it, but the world almost missed Christmas. Oh, excuse me, call me Sam. What's the matter? Haven't you ever seen a talking snowman before? Well, now, let me tell you about Rudolph. It all started a couple years before the big snow. It was springtime, and Santa's lead reindeer, Donner, had just become a proud papa. Donner, the lead reindeer for Santa Claus, and his wife have a new fawn named Rudolph. They are surprised to find out that he was born with a glowing red nose. Uh, he, he's got a shiny nose. Dadman,
Oh, shiny! I didn't even say it glows.
Donner attempts to first cover Rudolph's nose with mud and later uses a fake nose so Rudolph will fit in with the other reindeer. The following spring, Rudolph goes out for the reindeer games, where the new fawns learn to fly and are scouted by Santa for future sleigh duty. Rudolph meets a doe named Clarice, who tells him he is cute, making Rudolph fly. While he celebrates with the other bucks, Rudolph's fake nose falls off, causing the other reindeers to mock him and Coach Comet to expel him. All right, my yearlings, back to practice. Rudolph? Oh, no, 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 not you. You'd better go home with your folks. From now on, gang, we won't let Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Right? The others all reply, right. Rudolph walks off and meets Hermie, a misfit elf who left Santa's workshop to follow his dream to become a dentist. And they also met Yukon Cornelius, a prospector who has spent his life searching for silver and gold. After escaping the abominable snow monster, all three land on the island of misfit toys. It's a place where unloved and unwanted toys reside with their ruler, a winged lion named King Moonracer, who brings the toys to the island until he can find homes and children who would love them. The king allows them to stay one night on the island and asks them to ask Santa to find homes for them. When someday you return to Christmas Town, would you tell Santa about our homeless toys? I'm sure he will find little boys and girls who will be happy with them. A toy is never truly happy until it is loved by a child. Rudolph leaves on his own that night, worried that his nose will endanger his friends. Time passes, and Rudolph, now a young stag, returns home to find his parents and Clarice have been searching for him. He travels to the Abominable's cave where they are being held captive. He attempts to rescue Clarice until the monster knocks him down with a stalactite. Herman, Hermie and Yukon eventually show up with a plan to help Rudolph. Hermie lures the monster out of the cave by imitating the sound of a pig and pulls out Abominable's teeth after the Yukon knocks him out. Yukon drives the toothless monster back over the cliff and falls with it. Rudolph, Hermie, Clarice, and the Donners return home where everyone apologizes to them. Yukon returns with a tamed Abominable, now trained to trim a Christmas tree. He explains that the monster's bouncing ability saved both of their lives. Christmas Eve comes and everyone is celebrating. Santa announces that a big storm is approaching, forcing him to cancel Christmas. Blinded by Rudolph's nose, he changes his mind and asks Rudolph to leave the sleigh. Ho, ho, ho. From what I see now, that will cut through the murkiest storm they can dish up. What I'm trying to say is, Rudolph, you with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Rudolph says that it would be an honor, and the elves and reindeers cheer. Their first stop is the island of misfit toys, where Santa delivers the toys to the children. The end. Do
Yay!
you
Got a
like my
few
Santa
chassis.
Claus?
Yeah. What's that?
Do you like my Santa Claus?
I like it.
Let's see. Yes, the burl. We'll start. The burl eyes open. I love burl's eyes open. And yes, the I don't want to cover my nose. It makes me talk funny.
Yeah. It was obvious. Yeah. So.
Yes. And the name we cannot pronounce it. Rudolph is a walking, breathing alarm. Yes, and part of the thing that we didn't show is that he was the one that attracted the abominable snowman to begin with because of his nose.
Oh my gosh. I'm
The
not sure.
Lion King.
Sorry. I'm.
Yes, yes, the Lion King, Moonraker, can fly the world for toys, but can't fly to Santa's castle for some reason. Exactly. Yes. I, oh,
Sorry.
are you doing them
No.
now? A
Sorry.
global snowstorm. It's a disaster movie, but there's no snow.
I love the next one.
And then Rudolph said, "Hello, Clarice."
I think it's more like "Hello, Clarice." Silence of
Hello,
the Lambs.
hello, Clarice. Yes, the
Yes.
Bumble, not abominable. Yes.
Yeah.
So I Santa Claus is coming to town. It is a classic. Uh, once again, the animation, it Billy Mae Richards, yes. I don't think I forgot to put her name down, but yes, she voiced Rudolph. She voiced him in all of their specials.
Oh, really?
I think that's really cool when that happens, when the same actor. Buffles bounce like babies.
Yeah. It again. We have Burl Ives. We have it's just and look at how this thing has become iconic.
Yes, this is
All
yes. It You are correct. You want to go ahead and put him on?
Well, I've got them up so that you can show them as you want to. Well, I guess I got to flip through them. But I mean, well, not on Burroughs, but we got Yukon Cornelius. With he's a memes and everything everywhere now, and it's become a great tradition every year.
Yes.
I saw a meme the other day. It's like open carry since 19 or 1964 or 9
Yeah.
or whatever. It's just funny how these characters. The dentist, I think, has been a source of memes. You know,
Yes.
and again, the famous animation. I mean, we
Yes.
which one we were watching. Which movie was it the other night that had the snowman that was a throwback to this Burl Ives snowman? Elf. It
Elf.
was an Elf. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's same shape. All this.
Lou or something, I think his name was.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yes, and Fred Astaire hosted Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And
yes,
Fallout Dave says that they really did have charm, a silly charm um, that just escapes studios these days. And I think they tried to do that with Elf, but I didn't think it hit. I think they
no,
tried to do that charm with Elf, and I think it missed.
no, because it's
Oh
overpowered by
yes,
Will
at the
Ferrell.
end when he tasted his pickaxe, he's like, "Peppermint! I've hit the peppermint mine." Yes, and it says Paul Souls was Hermie and also did the voice of Spider-Man in the original 1967 animated cartoon.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
So to show how especially Rudolph is so iconic. We were down at Disney and at the
Universal.
restaurant at Universal. I
Yeah.
apologize. We're down in Orlando, and they had these candies there, which Palmer makes them, which I think you can get them anywhere. We had Rudolph. Are you going to move them? I can't.
Yeah, I want. Let me take it down just 1 second because I need to make sure
Yes,
which way I'm going.
I got you.
So, all right, yeah, okay, all right. So, yeah, but there you go. Yeah, they put it in a different place. I was scrambling,
It's okay.
but
So
yeah, there's
we have
Rudolph.
Rudolph
Did you see his red
and
nose right
his
there?
red nose and
This was in the hotel. This was in the hotel.
the hotel
The hotel
restaurant.
restaurant. Yes, that's what we saw. So, but yeah, wow, 13 people with us right now. Hey,
Thank
feel
you.
free, folks, share your memories and stuff, thoughts like everybody's doing right now. Here, this is I think just a standard. This
Yes,
Balmer.
Palmer.
So
Palmer is the
Palmer
brand.
candy. But this
Uh,
looks like just a regular stock. You know,
Rudolph, little Rudolph,
because
reindeer.
his chocolate nose. Then we got, hey, here's Santa. Here's the snowman, Burl
It's
Ives'
Sam the
character.
Snowman
I always thought of Colonel Sanders with this stupid thing.
with the little beard.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, with the little soul patch beard down there type thing. Like, you know, have a holly jolly KFC lunch. Sorry, which
And
that's
then,
yeah, that is don't sorry you're getting on KFC and Christmas. So
and what
and
else?
here,
They have Abominable Snowman.
yeah,
I
I like
love
the
it.
way they mix those
Milk,
dark and
as
white
they say,
chocolate.
milk chocolate flavored.
Oh
Oh,
wow, that I've never seen milk chocolate flavored before.
yes, they have those at Dollar Tree. So
Oh
the $7 they were charging at the
yeah,
hotel restaurant.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
yes.
old past Colonel Sanders. Uh,
Um,
you
yes,
know
and
that. Yeah, go ahead.
I miss, well, yes, Yukon Cornelius always tasted his pickaxe and he would, nothing, nothing. And then at the end, he did the pickaxe and he's like, peppermint, I've hit the peppermint mine.
Oh yeah. Dave says it's yeah, they're chocolate flavored shortening.
Yes.
Well, I
Oh,
tell you what, but knowing that those are at the Dollar Tree, it's like, oh man. But hey, glad we didn't buy them at
and I
those
think that's the
prices.
last one. Oh,
Nope,
no.
Santa.
And then the just Santa Claus,
Yeah, Santa's
which
the
was,
dark chocolate.
yes, which he's too fat because Santa was skinny in this one. Because at the beginning of it, Mrs. Claus is saying, "Eat, eat, eat." Kids would be upset if they see a skinny Santa
Yeah,
because there's too much work to do. I don't have time.
I know. That's crazy. It's so,
And the
but
soul
yeah,
patch beard, Colonel Sanders. Yeah,
hey, I tell you
just
what,
nasty.
we definitely have to. I don't know. Maybe if KFC's open this Christmas, we could do that because it is a
Maybe.
tradition around some place of the world.
Yeah.
So, but that's we just thought we'd share these because, like you said, how iconic the movie is. It's become a cross fabric of life. We always focus on Star Trek or Star Wars or all kinds of stuff, but even these Christmas shows that we've all grown up with, have become a staple of our society and our traditions. I
Yes.
mean, who would
So
have thought that old shows like this with the bad graphic? Well, I mean, bad according to modern times. They had their charm for what they were for the time, but it just I'll be careful with that because you still don't like this gremlins walking up the street. I still find that funny.
I just I it just didn't air
I
well.
know,
It just didn't air well.
I know. Hey,
So
well, yeah.
um, give me 1 second here.
Oh, no
Um,
problem. No problem. I'll see what people said. Yeah, I sorting. Yeah, I did. It's weird how they box some of these things, how they package them, something flavored or something whatever, things like that. Not it's you're like, what the heck? What is that? You know, the butter flavored topping. It's like, well,
yeah,
it's just grease or something.
can we not have like butter, real butter topping?
Oh, wow. Um, uh, yeah, exactly.
Sorry, guys. There's something
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to do, so I'm
No,
gonna
please
give
go
me a
ahead. Yeah,
second
we
here.
got time. We
Um,
got plenty of time. We got 9 people here on the YouTube side. We got it's between
so the
9 and 11.
movies
We'll
that
bounce
we have
around, but
watched so far
uh huh.
are small one.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Claus is coming to town. I keep saying them because you guys to rate them in the
Mm-hmm.
order that you like them. So,
Buddy Hepburn just sent me something. I'm working on it quietly in the background
okay.
to
And
get it.
so that you can get, we're not doing the number rating this time. We're going to rate all six of the uh, movies as to our shows, as to our favorite and our to, I hate saying least favorite because some of them, they're very close um, to, you know, in first or second or even fifth, fourth and fifth. They're all very close to to have to think. I had to think on some of them uh,
Mm-hmm.
to
Oh yeah.
decide what they were, what ranking they were going to be. Okay, I'm almost
Yeah, and
done,
it was
guys.
not. It was not close. It was. A few of those were hard. They came close, and they had different factors that we were considering. I know, like for me, uh, no, no, actually, name we cannot pronounce said no. She liked Gremlins. What was it? You gave it 8 out of 10. Uh, but they do taste kind of weird.
Yeah, they
Okay,
do have a little. Yes, they have
yeah.
an aftertaste. What can we
We
say?
but we were talking specifically about the one scene where they're all walking and the stop motion looks like it's from the Clash of the
I just
Titans or the
I
Sinbad
just
movies.
hated the
It
stop
is
motion.
so like that. It's noticeable, but I loved that part. But hey, that's go back and watch that review.
Right.
So Steve's now deciding on how great or horrible they were. All right, cool.
I don't think any of these were horrible. Like
Well,
I said, it just
it's
was they were just
possible. It's
yeah, for
possible.
me anyway.
Yeah,
So
but
okay,
yeah,
so here we
but
go.
yeah. Feel free to share with us.
Our next one we're going to do is talk about is a Charlie Brown Christmas. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see. You can be Charlie Brown
Mm-hmm.
in all of the lines,
Okay.
um, and you don't have to read the stage directions in there. And I will be everyone else.
Oh man, this is pretty much reading the script. Okay.
No, it's not.
Well, no. Did I miss a page or something?
There's it's a
Okay.
front and a back and a
Okay. Okay. All right.
except for the one part you can be Linus on that one part. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, this starts with the first lines, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Go.
Charlie Brown Christmas, December 9th, 1965. Charlie Brown and Linus stop at a wall on their trip to the pond for ice skating. Charlie says, I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel. They begin to walk again. I just don't understand Christmas, I guess. I like getting presents and sending Christmas cards and decorating trees and all that, but I'm still not happy. I always end up feeling depressed.
Charlie Brown. You're the only person I know who can take a wonderful season like Christmas and turn it into a problem. Maybe Lucy's right. Of all the Charlie Browns in the world, you're the Charlie Browniest.
Hmm. Ah.
The next day, Charlie Brown checks his mailbox.
Mm. Hello in there. He looks away and begins to walk. Rats! Nobody sent me a Christmas card today. I almost wish weren't a holiday season. I know nobody likes me. Why do we have to have a holiday season to emphasize it? I love that.
After Linus's reproach and put down from Violet, he visits Lucy Van Pelt's psychiatric booth and tells her his problem. She suggests that he directs the group's annual Christmas play to get involved, and he accepts. Charlie Brown becomes even more discouraged by his observations of Christmas commercialization as he heads for the rehearsal. Lucy laments over not receiving real estate for Christmas. I know how you feel about all this Christmas business, getting depressed and all that. It happens to me every year. I never get what I really want. I always get a lot of stupid toys or a bicycle or clothes or something like that.
What is it you want?
Real estate. Snoopy decorates his doghouse for a neighborhood lights and display contest.
What's going on here?
Here, look at the flyer. Sorry.
What's this? Find the true meaning of Christmas? Win money, money, money? Spectacular, super colossal neighborhood lights and display contest? Lights and display contest? Oh no, my own doggone commercial. I can't stand it. Oh,
Charlie Brown's younger sister Sally asks him to write a greedy letter to Santa. How is your wife? I've been extra good this year, so I have a long list of presents that I want.
oh, brother.
Please note the size and color of each item and send as many as possible. If it seems too complicated, make it easier on yourself and just send money. How about tens and twenties?
Tens and twenties? Oh, even my baby sister.
All I want is what I have coming to me. All I want is my fair share. At the rehearsal, Charlie Brown finds a play fit for the 1960s with dancing, lively music, and an uncooperative cast, and a Christmas queen, who is Lucy. Unable to control the cast, Charlie Brown decides the play needs a more proper mood and recommends a Christmas tree. Lucy suggests a big pink aluminum tree, then sends him and Linus to get one. Oh, wow, this really brings back Christmas close to a person.
Fantastic.
Charlie Brown picks the only real tree there, a small sapling. Linus questions his choice, but Charlie Brown believes that once decorated, it will be perfect. Gee, do they still have wooden Christmas trees?
This little green one here seems to need a home.
I don't know, Charlie Brown. Remember what Lucy said. This doesn't seem to fit the modern spirit.
I don't care. We'll decorate it and it'll be just right for our play. Besides, I think it needs me.
When they return, however, Lucy, Violet, Patty, and Frida scorn him and the tree and walk away laughing. Boy, are you stupid, Charlie Brown.
What
What?
kind of tree is that?
No, you're
Oh, I'm
just
just
Charlie
Charlie?
Brown.
Oh,
You're just
okay. Sorry.
okay, okay, we can alternate. We can
Yeah,
alternate.
Patty says, what kind of tree is that?
You were supposed to get a good tree. Can't you even tell a good tree from a poor tree?
Violet, I told you he'd goof it up. He's not the kind you can depend on to do anything right.
You're hopeless, Charlie Brown.
Completely hopeless. Rats.
You've been done before, Charlie Brown, but this time you really did it. What a tree!
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please. And there in the same country, shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring unto you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you this day is born in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was the angel, a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. Realizing that he does not have to let commercialization ruin his own Christmas, Charlie Brown takes the tree home to decorate it and show the others that it will work in the play. The others realize that they were too hard on Charlie Brown and quietly follow him after listening to Linus's speech. He stops at the doghouse, which had won the light and display contest, and hangs a large red Christmas ball on the tree. The ornament weight causes the tiny tree to bend to the ground.
I've killed it. Oh, everything I touch gets ruined.
The others arrive at Snoopy's doghouse, and as they start to see its potential, Linus gently uprights the drooping tree and wraps his blanket around its base to give it some support. Linus, I never thought it was a bad little tree. It's not bad at all, really. Maybe it just needs a little love. After the others give the tree a makeover, using more direct decorations from the doghouse, even Lucy concedes Charlie Brown's choice. The kids then start humming Hark the Herald Angel Sings. Hearing them, Charlie Brown returns to see that the sapling is now a magnificent Christmas tree. All the kids shout Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas,
Charlie
Charlie
Brown,
Brown.
and then sing Hark the Herald, Hark, with Charlie Brown joining in as the snow begins to fall.
Well, Mrs. We have a couple of new people in here today. Your
Yes.
mom,
Hey,
Subi720. Feel free to
Mom!
share your Christmas
Hello!
memories of these shows with the Mrs. and Comic Relief Crusader. Oh, brother.
Hello, hello.
People can.
Oh gosh, I scared myself. I thought I
Oh,
didn't.
well, see, I think that's part of the Christmas nature. Shocker, Linus willingly, mind you, would give up his blanket to put under the tree.
And the let's see, let's start at the beginning here.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we greeted people. I started a couple up here because this first one is, let's see, I think this is the first one that we had not talked. Is this the original Charlie or the restored version?
I don't know where these pictures come from, if it was the restored or the original.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so and Fallout Dave says my favorite of the old classics.
Mm-hmm.
And Buddy, this is very interesting. NBC originally aired a lot of these Christmas shows. They lost it. As other places started airing it, they've got the rights back again, and they're going to start airing it from this year forward. Um, so yes,
Yeah.
NBC has the rights to um, Rudy. That's why the reindeer stuff was at the Universal uh, Hotel.
Yeah. That makes sense. We saw it there now.
And
Common Relief Crusader said Home Depot is selling the Charlie Brown Christmas trees.
and I love what Subi says. My favorite kind of tree. I
Yeah.
do. And hello, Relief Crusader. I know Dadman announced you earlier, but I am now saying hello. And yes, Simply Steve, it was a shocker that Linus willingly gave up his blanket to put under the tree. There was another scene when he was reading the uh, Christmas story from Luke, when the angels say, "Fear not." He purposely drops his blanket to the ground to show that he's not afraid. That those little bits of symbolism there are just classic little touches.
You got a big hello. I'm
Oh,
really
wonderful.
Crusader.
And Buddy says this, and all the Peanut specials have wonderful music by Vince Guaraldi. My dad plays the record a lot starting after Christmas.
Hmm.
I love the music. There was another scene in here where Lucy asks um, Schroeder to play Jingle Bells.
Mm-hmm.
And so he plays this beautiful rendition of Jingle Bells. She's like, "No, that's not it." Kind of very classical bend. And then he plays, like maybe a little kind of a jazz version, I think. And she's like, "No." And then he plays it where it sounds like it's being played on a toy piano, like he's just plunking out the keys. And she's like, "Yes, yes, that is Jingle Bells." So the music is very important in this. So,
Yep. So it's see, Buddy. See, Simply Steve said in the original Charlie and Linus skin tones are now pink to maroon. Restored version are more natural tones.
yes, they had the little. I think I remember that.
Yeah, and then Buddy actually had the Charlie Brown tree in the room at the dorm. It's in a box in the entryway from coming home last night.
I love I love little trees. We have
And glad
we
you're
have
home, buddy. Yeah,
oh that's right, yes.
yeah. Oh, by the way, Miss, I brought up one more image. I'm going to show it real quick. Buddy said
Okay,
this
go on.
about the Rudolph.
Oh cool. Oh how cool. So there's from left to right, Hermie, Abominable Snowman, Yukon, Rudolph, Santa, Clarice, the I don't know remember what that toy's name is, and we have Charlie the Box, I think his name was, and Sam the Snowman. How cool!
I can't read it. I'm trying to look. It's like spotted elephant, I think, maybe.
Might be just its name, yeah. But I love the Charlie the Box
Yeah,
because when they meet him, he goes, "Is your name Jack?" He's like, "No, it's Charlie." Who wants
Charlie.
to play? Who wants to
Yeah,
play with a Charlie the Box? Charlie
right.
in the Box.
Yeah.
So
Too many
some
syllables.
great line. Yes.
Yeah, but
So
no, it's. By the way, you got another subscriber. You're up to 284 today. So thank you for whoever
thank
subscribed
you
today.
for who subscribed. So
Uh,
we are now into our last
by the way, I
image.
got feedback from somebody earlier that said we are two funny characters, Mrs. So, so
Well, thank you, thank
all
you.
right.
So here we
Um,
go.
well,
It is.
with this Peanuts one, where was your first memory of watching this one?
I don't. I just it just was a. It was just we watch television. I don't. It, ju- I don't have a specific memory on the Charlie
Okay,
Brown one.
okay.
Um,
Is this
Most of
one
them
that
were
you always
just
considered?
sitting, just watching them in front of the TV. The one that I really had the most specific memory about is small one, the small one,
No, wow.
because I
Okay.
remember we were at the theater, and it says that it was a pre-show for Pinocchio because they
Oh,
always had like a cartoon before, and we must have gone to see Pinocchio in the theater. And this was I remember watching it in the theater, and because I'm a baby, I cried even at that age, watching it.
that's okay.
It just I cried because anything involving animated animals
Hmm.
tends to make me cry. Yeah, I'm silly.
No,
So,
you're not. You're
but
just exactly who you are.
that's really the only one that I had. I have a specific memory on when
Hmm.
I first saw it. So, yes, cool. Well, now we are in our final show.
Hmm.
Da, da, da,
But we're not
da.
done yet. We got plenty to say, and you guys feel free to
Oh,
share it with us.
absolutely. Yes. Da, 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 da. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I did not put
No.
any of the lyrics in the script. So if you guys have any of your favorite lyrics from the song uh,
Hmm.
Grinch, uh, go ahead and put them in the chat because this just would have been the whole thing is just the song itself.
Hmm.
So let's see. You can be the Grinch, and
All
I
right.
will be the narrator. And I think that's the only voices that we have here.
Oh, you know what's funny is to sit here just thinking about you saying that. I remember if Subi's still here, that time we were at at for Grinchmas, met him. Come on, Subi, we're waiting. Because
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
it was really cool.
Well,
So
he was very happy that when I left, I said, "Have a horrible Christmas." And he goes, "Oh, thank you. You know me so well."
yeah, that was this year. That was
That was
awesome.
this year. Yes.
Yes. All right. So okay.
Give me 1 second.
Yep. So I'm the Grinch. Okay.
You are the.
Do you want me to read the red for the narrator to give you a little break?
No, I'm
Oh,
just
that's
looking.
right. Narrator's back in there later. Okay.
I was just looking for
And
Okay,
simply
there we
stage.
go.
Okay, I was going to say, Thurl Ravenscroft, you are a mean one, Mr. Grinch. I'm coming back to that in a minute. All right.
Maybe I'll read all the lyrics to the song at the end.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Okay.
cool idea. I could
It's,
sing it for you.
no. Okay, so
Gee,
How the
thanks.
Grinch Stole Christmas was aired the first time December 18th, 1966. And yes, it was narrated and the song was sung by Boris Karloff, another famous actor who did these. So here we go. The Grinch is a surly, antisocial green creature with a heart 2 sizes too small, who lives alone in a snowbound cave atop Mount Crumpet, located above the village of Whoville. Every Who in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one knows quite the reason. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight, or it could be that his head wasn't screwed on just right. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Who's, staring down from the cave with a sour, grinchy frown at a warm, lighted windows down below in the town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a holly Who wreath. He especially hates Christmas and has always been annoyed by the town's Christmas celebrations. One Christmas Eve, he finally decides to stop Christmas Day from coming to Whoville.
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. Mm, but how? I I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat,
I'll make a quit Santa Claus hat and a coat.
and he chuckled and clucked.
What a great Grinchy trick! With his coat and his hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick.
It's your turn.
Sorry, I got too carried away with that. I'm sorry. All I need is a reindeer.
The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the Grinch? Ha! The Grinch simply said.
Yeah, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
So he took his dog Max and he took some black thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. So with bags loaded on the sleigh, Grinch heads down to Whoville. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a minute or two. Then he stuck his head out from the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings hung all in a row.
These stockings
He grinched.
are the first things to go.
Once loaded, he plans on dumping the bag of stolen goods. He is noticed by a girl named Cindy Lou Who, but is otherwise undetected. The Grinch reaches the icy summit of Crumpet, ready to drop the bags.
That's a noise
Grinned the Grinch.
that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started out low, then it started to grow. He discovered the citizens of Whoville, despite having no gifts or decorations, have gathered in the middle of town to sing as Christmas Day dawns. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day, and then the true meaning of Christmas came through. And the Grinch found the strength of 10 Grinches plus 2. He saves the sleigh, returns the presents and the other belongings to the Who, and joins in the town's celebration, Christmas celebration, by carving the roast beast, giving Max the first slice. Welcome Christmas, bring your cheer. Cheer to all who's far and near. Christmas Day is in our grasp so long as we have hands to clasp. Christmas Day will always be just as long as we have we. Welcome Christmas while we stand heart to heart and hand in hand. The end.
Yay.
I do love that. Now we're going to read the Grinch song.
Let's say hello to Curtis Selby, who's joined us
Hello,
now.
Curtis.
Good to see you, Curtis. Yeah, I got some things with the
Well,
animation and stuff. Can you go back before we do the lyrics? So go back
yeah,
where he's carving the roast beast. Because something that always got me with animations and stuff like that. Because we got quite a few chats to go back up, and I started
yeah.
storing up earlier for you to cover. Those things that they put. Are those like paper? Those things always got me on the animated turkeys.
I think you actually can put them on them. It keeps it from burning, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. So they are real. I don't know. Those things I always see in animated turkeys or beasts and stuff, and I'm like, what did mom and dad ever do that? But sorry, just
That's okay.
that's one of those sidetracks that where my mind went to. Thing.
So
Yes.
I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead. Let's see. We have here Thurl Ravenscroft. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Yes, it was narrated by Boris Karloff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is the best version by far. I agree with you. And Steve says the 2000 live action Jim Carrey wasn't too bad. Um, I did not like it. And yes, noise, 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 noise at the very beginning. The clankety clanking and the whatever. Yes, of all the.
Mm-hmm.
And what the heck is a Dahu Dore? Yes, they said the song that
Oh.
they sing. I don't know. It's Whovillian. I don't speak Whovillian. And let's see. And Curtis loves the Grinch. Yes. And name we cannot pronounce. Watched the Jim Carrey movie, didn't understand much, didn't have the cultural references.
Mm.
I vaguely remember watching it, and I hated it because I love the classics so much, and I think I did not like the Jim Carrey version. I'm a lot of Jim Carrey stuff I don't like. He annoys me. So
Yeah. I think Will Ferrell,
yes,
man, who's worse. That's a topic to have. Is which one annoys you more, him or Will Ferrell?
yes.
Yeah.
And Buddy says, I didn't care for it either. Same with Mike Myers, The Cat in the Hat. I think that they took and the innocent, what there was a charm and an innocence to these. Even though the Grinch was mean and wanted to destroy Christmas, there still was this innocence about these. They weren't really mean spirited. And I think some of them, the live actions ones, they made them a little mean
Mm-hmm.
spirited. The comic relief creator is still praying for a Christmas um, miracle. And yes, I don't think they work in live action. Um, uh, I vaguely remember Horton Hears a Who, the live action. Turkey bone protectors,
They
yes,
are
to
a
keep
real
the bones
thing.
from catching fire due to the high heat.
I did not believe that. I thought they were just things that they put on animated turkeys. I've never seen them, but okay. Thank you, Steve.
And this certainly not Doctor Whoville. Woo-hoo! And Comic Relief says, my wife loved the Jim Carrey movie. I can't stand it. Um, the animated, I think it, okay, I think I like that. I think I like that. I was trying to say, well, maybe I didn't see it if it was a live action. It just
Hmm.
had him doing the voice. Um, so it was animated. So okay, it was a CGI. Okay, so hey, Fluff Chicken Productions. I've been in
Hey,
listening mode for a while. Well, thank you. Um, I think I some of these. It's like why stop it? No, it's perfect. Don't do anything. Make people,
yes.
you know.
Well, see, I always had a problem with Cat and Hat because I was a kid I was kind of the kid in the book trying to keep the house organized, and yet everybody's running, breaking things.
It was a
It's just,
goldfish that
yeah,
was keeping
it's
the house
well, the
organized, not
kids
a
were
kid.
kind of there, but yeah, it's like it drives you neurotic. So it's like, I just, but I had a problem with the book as it was, but put real people in it, it's even worse. So
Yeah, and name we cannot pronounce this. Dr. Seuss is not known out of U.S. borders, so you can see the gap in the understanding of the story. Yes, there's like even though Paddington Bear is over, people know about Paddington Bear here. It is very, very English, very UK, and so a lot of people don't understand the Paddington Bear. There is a gap in
hmm
there. So I could see that with Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss is very American, very US.
there's so
So
much in the U.S. that we take for granted over here that people around the world look at as like, what? They don't get it. But yeah,
right,
you
right.
did say hi to Fluff Chick just to make sure,
Yes,
right?
I
Okay,
did.
all
I
right,
did. Okay,
all right.
so we have how many people are watching? We have 14 people watching
Nope.
on YouTube. Thanks everybody. How many likes do we have? I'm going to check real quick before I do our next thing. I am going to first off I'm going to read the lyrics to
Yep.
the Grinch's theme song.
Okay.
You're
Oh,
a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a hill. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an ill Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana
yeah.
with a greasy black peel.
Nice.
You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You have
Yeah.
garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. And I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5 foot pole.
So it's
You're
39
a
and a half foot. Yeah, that's a classic
39 and a
line.
half foot. You're a foul one, Mr. I didn't know all these were on here. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Grinch. Given a choice between the two of you, I take the seasick crocodile. You're a rotter. There's more. I can't believe this. You're a
Yeah.
rotter, Mr. Grinch. You're a king of sinful sots. Your heart's a dead tomato splotched with moldy purple spots, Mr. Grinch. You're a three-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce. You
It was.
nauseate me, Mr. Grinch, with a nauseous super nosh. You're a crooked, dirty jockey, and you drive a crooked hoss, Mr. Grinch. Your soul is an appalling dump heap overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of rubbish imaginable, mangled up and tangled up knots. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. And the three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: stink,
Think,
stank,
think,
dunk,
thunk.
da 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 dun dun. So those are all the lines. And I
Well,
could not read them. I had to sing them. You have to, I'm so
but
sorry.
you did a great job. That brought me to the point I was going to talk about earlier because I tell you, with Thurl Ravenclaw's voice, that was a huge thing to me with his voice because not anybody can sing that song. I think you did a fine job there. But the
Oh,
other day, we were at Universal and they did the Grinchmas, and they did this kind of the retelling of it. You know, it's been abbreviated on the stage, and they had like a narrator, and you know, I don't think a man could have pulled it off either. But it was a lady, and she just when it came to that one song, this one song, it's just so iconic. To hear it not in that deep bass voice is like weird, you know?
right. Yes, it yes.
And it was like, what, listening to her, she was good and all, but it just was like,
Okay, first off, let me correct this. Because I spoke this, I wanted to say this out loud, and it was in the chat, and it did not click with me
okay,
that I said Boris Karloff also sang the song. He did not. It was as I think it was. It simply Steve said Thurl Ravenscott,
right
who is an
there.
American actor and bass singer. He is also the booming voice behind Kellogg's Frosted Flakes animated spokesman Tony the Tiger for
Hmm.
more than 5 decades. So I apologize. It was Thurl Ravenscott who
Right,
sang the song and not Boris Karloff. I did want to correct that.
right.
Um,
Agreed. I
so
understand. Yeah, but to me, it's like, that's one song that it's not the same without that bass voice. And I don't even know a lot of bass singers could pull it off with that man's voice. It's,
well, name we cannot pronounce says never thought I'd listen to the word crocodile in a Christmas song, but life is full of surprises, as they say. I never thought I'd hear the word arsenic in a Christmas song. So
yeah, and see, Buddy says because it was not credited in the closing credits of the special, it often mistakenly gets attributed to Boris Karloff,
mhm.
which I think you could kind of make it, the voice
The-
seemed to
it,
fit.
yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
And I
about,
like how they incorporated the song throughout the show, the
yeah,
the program.
yeah. There's other chats up before that if you want to hit those. I don't know
Let's
how far you
see.
want to go back.
Your mean one was a lengthy song. Yes. Rupert Bear is big in England and the UK. We're talking about some cultural things.
Hmm.
Max the dog turned reindeer is my favorite in this version. Yes. I'm trying, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I did all this above. Yes. And yeah, we don't get humor of other countries, not just British humor. Sometimes I'm watching a show and everyone's laughing. I'm going, I don't. Why is that funny? You know, but they're all thinking it's absolutely hilarious. Let's see. It's about an evil person, so it needed a deep, bass voice. Yeah, it just is perfect. So I think everything in the Grinch is perfect. That well, it comes from the perfect story, and then they basically read the story
When
and
it's
animated it, and I think that that was you know
well, to me, it's one of those things that with the movie, the music actually was more.
yes.
I mean, the others we've watched had songs and stuff in it, musical numbers, but this is one that I think the music really carried the show too. It worked hand in hand between the foreboding, the Mr. Grinch, and it just. But then when they come out on Christmas morning, all happy and bright, like nothing had ever happened, and you got that type of music going with it, whether they're singing or not. The music really, I thought, enhanced this animated version.
Yes, buddy. He says, my dad just said, if you heard the Eartha Kitt version of Santa Baby first, everyone else sounds wrong. Yes, yes. Um, but what I think was brilliant with this is that they let the narrator read of most. I mean, the narrator pretty much did a lot of it, and they just had um, little snippets of the characters' voices, of the Grinch and of them. and the narrator pretty much carried this, which is, you know, I kind of picture it like, that, you're sitting at bed and you're reading, a Christmas book to your kids before they're going to sleep, and Boris Karloff is reading the book to you, you know,
Hmm.
and it just was, I love how they did the narration, hey, babe, how they did, you know, the animation of it. Um, it just was perfect. But I think it came from a perfect source material too. You didn't have to improve on it. The illustrations in the book, the all of it. I just, you know, yep. Did I lose you? Am I there?
No, I was just asked me a
Yeah.
question. So, oh, Fluff Chick Production said, "I'm with you on Eartha Kitt." To
Yeah.
Buddy,
I
yeah,
love Eartha Kitt. So okay, so we have
yeah.
talked about all six of our movies.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is time for you all to rank them 1 to 6. I'm going to show you once again all the movies we have talked about. Disney's The Small One, a donkey that has gotten old and can't stay at the farm anymore, so he has to be sold. And Joseph buys him and uses him because he's gentle to carry Mary to Bethlehem. Then we have Santa Claus is Coming Town, a Rankin and Bass production, about the kind of the origin story of Santa Claus. And then we have the Little Drummer Boy, a little boy who um, has a lot of hate in his heart because of life circumstances, and has found um, that hate is not the answer, and that love should be. We have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, about reindeers are mean. No, I'm sorry. Acceptance, and that everybody has a purpose in life at some time.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Brown Christmas, Charlie Brown Christmas. Even a sad little Charlie Brown tree is beautiful.
Yep.
And How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That you don't need all the stuff at Christmas that people think you need. So those are the
Nope.
six. And Simply Steve says, since it's arsenic, whenever I hear you're a mean one, I'm going forward, will remain as parsnip sauce in my mind. Well, you might have heard it as parsnip because they might have changed the lyric because of the word.
Hmm.
They might have changed it to parsnip. Um,
Wow. Yeah, many songs we've had over the years where what it sounds like is a far cry from what the real words were.
well, let's see if they did.
Huh?
I was looking to see if it was changed. Do not know. They don't have a flat out answer, and I can't read
Uh,
all. I can't read all the articles. I just wanted like yes,
yeah.
just yes. That's all I wanted. I don't want an analysis of the song. I just want a yes.
You don't want analysis.
No.
No. That's what I do. I analyze everything for a
I
living.
know.
Oh, gee, that was quick.
Yes.
Oh,
So
my
okay,
goodness.
so those are the
All right.
six. So you guys rate them in the order that you would like to. Um,
Or,
so,
yeah.
oh, buddy.
Or if you tell us what you think of the movies, if you rated them amongst each other. So, yeah.
So
But if
we
you can
have
write all six down, so.
so we have uh, Buddy Hepburn, A Charlie Brown Christmas is number one. Santa Claus is Coming to Town 2. Rudolph is 3. The Little Drummer Boy is 4. The little one, the small one is 4. Which one are you missing? How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Where's How the Grinch Stole Christmas in there?
Yeah.
Uh,
He was
it's
so
so
bad he
great.
didn't even get rated.
The small one and then the little drummer boy.
There he goes.
Oh, Charlie Brown Christmas, Santa Claus, Rudolph, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the small one, and the little drummer boy. Um, and name I cannot pronounce says Rudolph is number one in his. And Subi says Charlie Brown is always my choice. So many family memories. The tree and the blanket. Absolutely. I forgot all about that. One of my sisters had a blanket that they carried around all the time, a security blanket.
Oh, really? Oh.
And at Christmas time, I mean, it would get just tattered. And so mom would get where they would put the old one around the tree. And then when it came back, there was a new one. It was very hard that because they didn't have their blanket. And yeah, I forgot all about that. Sorry. And Buddy says they're
Buddy.
all 7+ out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Fallout Dave, Charlie Brown, Grinch, Rudolph, Santa Claus, Drummer Boy, and Small One. Curtis, A Charlie Brown Christmas, Rudolph, Santa Claus, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Small One, and the Little Drummer Boy. Very interesting. I give them scores from 7 for the Little Drummer Boy. I I agree. I do not think I like all of them. I would give them a 9.75 because nothing's perfect. So I really do. I love
Yeah.
all of them. So are you ready?
Oh,
Are you ready?
7. He's saying 7 for Little Drummer Boy, and the rest up higher than 7. Small one and 8. Oh, Simply
So Super
Steve is
Steve,
yeah.
Santa Claus, Charlie Brown, Grinch, then Rudolph, then then 5, the Little Drummer Boy, and the small one. LOL, because you never saw it. It is it's yes, it's like the Christmas classic that was never seen. And you give
Yeah.
the Grinch an 8.5, Santa Claus a 9. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
we did not rate them individually, but
But
all of
hey,
them
thanks.
I would rate very high. Um,
Ooh.
Charlie Brown and Rudolph a 9.5. Well, you'll
That's
be very
awesome.
surprised at my mine.
Oh,
I'm going to have some controversy here.
see, I was warped. And I'm still warped. Look, I love the way they
Yes,
pronounce. Wouldn't it be marvelous if Rudolph had red glowing eyes instead of a nose? Yeah, I agree. That's the way I look at it. Well, look, comic relief. If 8.5 for the classic Grinch, a 9 for
mhm.
Charlie Brown. Oh,
And I think these all still work today. I mean,
mhm.
even with all the cynicism and stuff, they work. Some things they just don't
Curtis, don't
age
we
well.
all? Don't we
Yeah,
all, Curtis?
but they won't let me. They won't let me there. We're not allowed there because we're not toys.
Oh, this was not in our choices, but yeah, I've
It's
only heard about this movie, so
it's a Wonderful Life.
yeah.
I like Miracle on 34th Street, the original,
Hmm.
not the remakes. But yes. Okay, so are you ready? Um,
I guess so. I mean,
okay,
I was
so let's
waiting to
do
see
a
if anybody. Oh gosh, how about this? Or if Rudolph was voiced by Thurl instead. God, the
that would
chat
be
is on fire. It's like,
that would be
let
funny.
me do. Can you while you do this, give me 1 second. I need to get a little bit more water for my throat.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just quickly go through these while you're getting
Yeah.
your water.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, it's a wonderful life. We did not watch this one this year. I'm going to have to think of 12 new movies next year, and we're going to have to do them in advance. We are like, I literally got done with preparing this show. I watched all this morning. I finished watching all the shows. and finished. I finished doing the slides at 11:30, so I've got to get where I'm a little more ahead um, next year. Thurl was the voice of the vacuum in the Brave Little Toaster. Oh, really? That is really cool. So these are the movies that we've already reviewed. We did Jingle All the Way, where I gave it 3 Christmas trees and Dadman gave it 8 popcorn buckets. Gremlins, I gave it 8 Christmas trees. Dadman gave it 7 popcorn buckets. A Christmas Carol, 1951, the Alistair Sim version, we both gave it 8 um, Christmas trees and popcorn out of
Yep.
10. And then we watched and reviewed the Santa Claus, which I gave it a 6 Christmas trees. Dan Man gave 5 popcorns, and the Elf, we each gave it four Christmas trees and 4 popcorn buckets. We reviewed Krampus with our friend Agent Atwood. Me and Dad Man both gave it 8, and Atwood gave it 7 Krampuses out of 10. Now,
Mm-hmm.
it is time for us to do our countdown. And if you want to give a number rating as we do it, you can.
Okay.
It's not required. So here we go. What is our number 6 choice?
Oh, you're doing it that way.
Oh, let's see. Mine was Rudolph, and
Hmm.
yours was a Charlie Brown Christmas. Why did you pick it number 6?
I just it's it's one that even since a kid I never got into. I've not never been a big Charlie Brown guy,
Mm-hmm.
and so much was made of it in the family, and it was a big thing with them. But I don't know. The Charlie Brown just did not connect with me. I mean, Lucy was mean. Charlie Brown just seemed clueless, and I Snoopy I loved, but there was not enough Snoopy in it. And but in terms of this specific feature, it was like it just I I it had a great Christian message in it, and it highlighted the reason for the season, and that's all. But just I think I didn't even really like this,
Yeah.
and I even as a kid, my memories did not center around this one. I was doing other things, but the family would watch it and stuff like that. But this was one that I've never connected well with, and maybe it's too much music. I don't know because others have music. That's one thing I noticed. All these
You might just
shows
not care
had
for
so much
Charlie
music
Brown,
back
and that's
then.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just yeah. Lucy was always mean, you blockhead. I, I how some things just don't connect,
I get you. I get you.
and I think the Peanuts never connected with me
Okay.
on so many
Okay.
levels. But
So my number 6, and like I say, these were. I wish I wrote them down because I can't remember what my other ones were. Um,
I think maybe it was too talky. I
um,
mean, it was I think cerebral, too talky, and not as gimmicky. So
okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back.
yeah, I think that might be have to do what I mean because it was deep. Watching it this time, I'd forgotten how deep this whole Charlie Brown Christmas special had gone into the theology behind the season, not just a surface level. Here's a Christmas. Here's Santa. Santa. Just they really were deep on the um, about the commercialization, and
Oops, put my
so
mic on backwards.
but
Okay.
hopefully that makes sense. But it just
Yeah.
let's
Okay. Well, I picked
hopefully there's not a lot
Rudolph.
of people coming with pitchforks and all after me.
That's
But
okay. There's going to be pitchforks for me. I picked Rudolph as number 6. They all were very, very close. Um, but out of the 6 that we had, um, Rudolph was the one. Um, I I give this. Um, it's really hard. I give it an 8 out of 10. I liked it. I liked the story, the animation, everything was great in it. It just out of these 6 was not my favorite, and some of the ones I
mm-hmm.
have as my favorite are very sentimental
Hmm.
reasons. But
Uh,
um, but yeah, that is my take on
I,
my number six.
I forgot. I'd probably give Charlie Brown Christmas like a 5.
Okay,
Just, it
these
just
are
gives me
all going to be
like Simply Steve's wah 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 wah.
these are all going to be high. Like I say, they're.
Mm.
I mean, if I could do decimal points, I probably would, but I'm not. So this one was an 8 out of 10. So you can see here that all of them I like. Um, so our number two is,
Or number 5.
I mean, our number five is Dadman picked the small one, and I picked Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
I'm not a big tearjerker guy. I mean, it was nice and stuff, but it served. I could see how it served its purpose as a pre-show filler. But I mean, it had a deep message again, also. Uh, but I felt better about it than I did Peanuts. I mean, I'd give this probably at least maybe a 7. You know that had more to it, and it got to the point, made a shorter story, and
Hmm.
I just, but hey, that's about it with that one.
Santa Claus is coming in town. I like Burgermeister Meisterburger, the story, how the origin stories of Santa Claus. Um, it's both 5 and 6 are based on songs, which I find it interesting. Um, I liked it, but like I said, there were the others that I did like better. And I would also give this one an 8 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with it. The animation's great. The pacing was good on in all of them. Um, but just out of these, it's number five. And then our number what 1, 2, 5, 4, 6, 5,
Or
4. Our fourth one. So Dadman,
no, Rudolph. Yeah, gotta have Rudolph in there.
it's not Rudolph, that's Santa
No,
Claus.
Santa Claus. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm working without my glasses right this second. That's Santa Claus. Yeah, I tell you what, this one's probably about a 6. I watching it again. I just
So how can you rate small one a 7 and then Santa Claus a 6?
because this one had a little bit more to me. In terms of
Okay,
it,
so I
it
got
had a
you.
little more overall attractiveness in terms of a Christmas movie. Uh, but see, I don't get the hype on this one. So I honestly, with watching this, I just Meisterburger. I mean, it's just I don't know. I just some disconnected from this one with me too. I
Okay.
don't know what I expected. I don't know expected Fred Astaire dance numbers or a lot more singing in it that might have been in the second one, but
Mhm.
uh, it just it just kind of Santa was just there, and now basically this guy created Santa Claus, even though the guy his dad looked like Santa Claus, but uh, so Mrs. is better
Yes.
for being accurate with hers. I use the force,
Okay.
and really, I water
That's
my a lot of
okay.
my rankings are going from just how my reaction was to
And
it.
that should be what it should be.
Yeah,
Comic Relief Crusader says, I think it's because Charlie Brown was that way because his only friend was Linus, but generally made fun of by other kids,
yeah,
especially Lucy.
yeah.
Yeah, he was a beautiful. The Little Drummer Boy, um, number 4 in my choice. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was for a short little thing, there was a lot of stuff in there. There was joy, and then there was tragedy, and then he was kidnapped, and then his anger, and then they sell his friend, um his camel friend, to someone, and and then his lamb gets hurt, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there. um
Mm-hmm.
and
Atwood's here, by the way.
Hey, Atwood, how are you? Thank you for stopping by and leaving a like and saying
Thank
hello.
you.
Um, I like the story. I like the message. I like that they didn't sugarcoat stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't make it, horrible. It was not. It was just. this is what happened kind of thing. I love that type of animation that this is. Um, Even though it looks a little stilted today, I really like it. This is one of my favorites. I could watch this every year. Um, so that's why it's in this spot. And like I say, everything is probably around an eight so far. I could do decimals, but I'm not going to. So
Right.
that is my fourth choice. And so now let's see what our third is.
Excuse me.
And none we never agreed on any of them, by the way.
Well, I'm not
So
surprised.
there we go.
Hey,
So
Little Drummer Boy is a message of all messages. I mean, he ultimately, I like I said, I was shocked by the reality they brought into death and destruction in his, or early on in his hatred towards all people, and then the turnaround just was. There's a lot to unpack in there. It was really great with the Christian message, and this is one case I did love the music. I've always loved the song,
mhm,
and it was short also, which I think helped.
mhm,
Sometimes like Santa Claus took a bit too long for me. That's one of the reasons,
mm,
that kind of like, eh, and but this one I thought they did good. It was within half an hour, and yeah,
mhm,
it had cute stories. I mean, it did tug at your hearts with the animal that got hurt, his personal disaster with losing his family, and I just you
mhm,
know, and then again focused on what the true meaning of Christmas is about. So that's
mhm.
about it with that. I'd say this one probably was about an. I um I'm still at about 7.5 with this one.
So I picked a Charlie Brown Christmas as my third entry in place three. Um, the story, the message. I like Charlie. I love the Peanuts. Um, I just, Snoopy cracks me up. Um, just even the relationships, even if they're very, Charlie Brown is Charlie Brown, Lucy's Lucy. They each have their kind of defined roles. You have the artistic Schroeder, Pigpen, you know, um, line. They're all very defined characters. Um, but I love the story. It worked really well. Um, and even though what I liked in this, not only the message, but even though Charlie Brown was laughed at for his tree, he really wanted to not fall for the commercialization of Christmas. And I think the tree kind of symbolized the way some people feel. I'm getting way deep here, and I don't. It's probably just me, but when that tree you put that ornament on and it's just way down. Um, I think that's how a lot of people feel sometimes during the holiday season, like, oh, just one more thing I have to do, one more thing I have to do. I have to, I have to get that pink aluminum tree. I just have to. And they get weighted down and they do feel like they die. Like when Charlie Brown says, I killed it, and I don't know if they meant it that way, but to me, it was kind of like a symbolism of the way Christmas can become and that what it shouldn't be. And then when they all came and worked together to decorate the tree as a community and with the Christmas spirit, then the tree flourished. Um, so I think I found a deeper message in this, and I like the peanuts. I like a lot of their specials that they do. So this one is inching closer to the nine number than the other ones. Um, yes, a Charlie Brown Christmas, number three for me. And Curtis Selby says, uh, agent,
Yeah,
yes, and the Stiltedness is due to the increased frame rate that movies and shows have now, makes classic stop motion look really bad nowadays. And Atwood says, the year without Santa Claus was my favorite. And um, Atwood says, other than Charlie Brown, well, because, well, Snoopy.
Mm-hmm.
And Curtis says, a year without a Santa Claus was pretty good also. So there we go. That is our ranking at number 3. And if any of you haven't put your rankings in and would like to, feel free. I thank all 13 people that are still watching here. So let's see what our number 2 choice was. Ooh, okay. Dadman, yours was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, yeah, it still had a lot of music in it, but yeah, who doesn't like Rudolph, that red nose? The comeback
Apparently
story of
me.
the year. The comeback story of the year with that red
Yes.
nose, lighting away, getting the chicks or fawns, and just really
Doze.
a happy doze.
Fawns, I think.
It was a happy movie, and yeah,
It
it's
was.
funny how even Santa like some jackbutt mean old guy picking on poor Rudolph and all, and then it was like,
Well, he
oh no,
wasn't picking. I think he just,
no,
he
see
might have
that,
been concerned. But see, Santa might have been concerned because, Rudolph's nose is very, very, out there. And if he's flying around trying to be discreet, you have this big red nose,
yeah, but Santa
it's
didn't
bad
change till he
safety.
needed it because of well, I will say they did they realized he was gone. They did accept him back and apologize before Santa also couldn't all of a sudden out of the blue came with a conclusion that hey, you can help me, because it's
Once
like.
again, took somebody that they're that everybody is useful.
And of course, with that great movie, we got a big old, well, it's kind of like a bear. But speaking of bear,
Hello,
yes,
hello, Snortapoopas.
if we did this movie, if we did a real life acting out of this Rudolph, we'd have to have him play our abominable snowman. That's closest thing we got to a bear. Great to see you, Snortapoopas.
Hello, hello. So glad you're here.
Oh, gosh. For someone who likes Jolly Santa, it's funny how Rudolph is his favorite. Yeah, they kind of turned on it quick. That's something I did notice in that to Atwood. So,
Okay.
oh, it's Snordolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yes.
There you go. All right, so
So,
but basically, I liked it. The Misfit toys. There's a lot of life application you can do with it. Fun. You also just take it as a good feel good movie,
mhm.
and it just was cheery, and I enjoyed it. And for 50 minutes, it did move fairly quickly.
Yes, they did.
So
Like I said, and what rating did you give this one?
I would say probably an 8
An
for
8.
Rudolph. Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, I started Rudolph had an 8 for me, but Rudolph was at the end. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is my number 2. The only reason it's my number 2 is because the one that is my number 1 is a very sentimental favorite, and that's why it is my number 1. But How the Grinch Stole Christmas, come on. This is a 9 plus rating for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've already said it. The story, the way that they presented it, the song, um, the the characters, and I think a lot of that, we must thank Dr. Seuss and thank whoever directed, produced it, animated it, that they all kept very faithful to the original. Um, so just it it is almost perfection.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a children's um, Christmas thing,
Yeah.
it has humor, um, colorful, the animation, all of it. I just really, really, um, I just put it up there as one of my top favorite. I hate saying children's because I don't think these are necessarily just for children. Um, Animated Christmas um, programs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, that
Yeah.
this is in a 9 plus.
Yeah.
This is a 9 plus. So now it's time for our number one. So here we go. Dad man.
Well, what more can you say but the Grinch? Great music.
Mhm.
You got the big booming voice. That's iconic. Of course, whenever I think of this movie, I think of my mother-in-law. Um, well, yeah, I think
Like,
of her because
please clarify. I know
yeah,
what you're saying, but please clarify to all those that are here. And I think my mom knows too, but please clarify.
oh, just a vacation. She always liked the Grinch, and our
Mhm.
memory trip to Universal years ago. The Grinch is yelling at her, come on, Subi, we're waiting," and just things like that. And it was always a high point for her wanting to see the Grinch and things like that.
Mhm.
And you saw her memory earlier about um, just just we talked about things like this in this movie. And another movie is another throwback was to this. You know what scene? The smile where the Grinch's curl smiles up.
Mhm.
You know where that's coming to next. Home Alone 2 marked into a Rocky Horror
Uh,
Picture
oh
Rocky
yes.
Horror guy. Yeah, Tim Curry. Yes, with such a smile. Just so much about this. The animation, the music can turn me off a lot, but the music in here was good. Short
Right.
songs. Even
Well,
though that
because
one,
they didn't sing that whole song in
yeah,
they did it in they did a
yeah,
verse at a time,
right. And
you
see, it
know.
seemed like some of these others, like Charlie Brown, had so much music in it and stuff like that. And it's just like, at some point, I check out with too much music, and
Mhm.
unless the music really, really get well, the singing, you know.
Right.
But in this case, I mean, and this music here really conveyed message and mood here, foreboding, evil sinisterness, and then just
Mhm.
happiness, cheeriness.
Mhm.
And no matter what happened, they were all going to be bright and spirited. And it just of course, Max, who doesn't love Max,
Oh, Max is the
it's
best.
like poor dog, too weighed down by that big old log on his head, where he couldn't even pull the sleigh. He wants to get up and ride with the Grinch stuck in the front to pull it. So, uh, you want to share that comment? Yes. Well, my mother-in-law and I have a great relationship.
My mother loves the Grinch.
Yes,
Loves the Grinch.
and she would appreciate that. I know we have a warped sense of humor together and all.
Yes.
Because many times over the years on those same trips, I would be walking off with my mother-in-law. Well, Mrs. got stuck with my mother, so it's. I figured hopefully she heard that so she could be laughing about it. If not, you can clip it to her later, Mrs.
Yes.
But uh, Grinchmas, yeah, we haven't seen Grinchmas Halloween, but no, I did some real things with this one, and like I was watching a Grinchmas, the stage performance the other day, and it made me appreciate this even more. Yeah,
Mhm.
there were some good things with the stage showing up, but that lady could not sing
They had
not
someone
one
who
song.
they had
That
a lady that was doing the narrator,
yeah,
and she was really good as the narrator, but when she sang Mr. Grinch, it just it just didn't fly. And
and it's not because of gender necessarily. I
it,
think you can have most men could not sing the way Thurl Ravencroft did. You know,
mhm.
it's one of those songs that's become such a legend
It's
that
so iconic, yeah.
yeah, how do you even try to meet that standard?
Exactly.
You know, but yeah, but by far this is my favorite of all of them, and I think growing up, this is the one that I would watch. I
Mhm.
Rudolph, okay, yeah, and it's a lot Drummer Boy and uh, Peanuts. But this was the one that if I ever saw it on, I would make an effort to watch.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
but yeah,
Okay, my number 1 was the small one, and, it's not a well-known one, um, but I love the story. I just think it's sweet, and the memories I have of it is that I actually remember when I first saw this, and it
oh
was at a
wow,
movie theater,
okay.
and, it just struck me, and then, you know, it wasn't they didn't have DVDs or anything like that, and then I kinda lost it, um, I didn't, you couldn't see it anywhere. It was never, it wasn't one of those that was aired every holiday. We didn't have, Disney on cable. We didn't even have cable. I didn't get cable until I was in my 20s.
Hmm.
So it kind of got lost. And then I think I was at a thrift store and I found it. And I was so happy that I found it.
Yeah.
Um, and now you could probably, it's probably in a lot of places. Um, but I love the story. I love the animation. I just think Small One is adorable as and the boy is just so sweet with his best friend, really. And when he has to sell them, because that's life when you have a farm, and it's just part of what it is. You either sell it or you slaughter it. And they were go he had to go sell them, and to me that's just heartbreaking because it was his best friend. um and then all the stuff that happened, um just it just was heartbreaking. That whole Tanner scene, just it drove me to tears. And it still does because I'm a wimp, but that's okay. um and and then when he found someone that he knew it would be good, it would be okay. And when he, says goodbye to Small One and he tells him to be strong, to be sure footed, and be strong for your new master. And it just was it was just such a sweet goodbye. And then when it was, Joseph and Mary going to Bethlehem, I lost it. But it was to me a story about everybody has a purpose. Um, and even today, it resonates even more with me because, we're so into everything is throwaway, even people. They get to a certain point, I don't need you anymore. And that just makes me so terribly sad. And this movie just says everybody has purpose as they are. Small One didn't have to change to be used and be useful. And
Hmm.
I think we tell so many people in society today that for you to be useful, you have to change. You have to be this, you have to be that, whatever. And in this movie, it was no, who you are makes you useful. Who you are makes you special and makes you important. And I just think that's a message that needs to be heard more and more today because we have, so many people. You've got to change. You've got to do this. You got to be that to be successful or to be liked or whatever it may be. And in Small One, that wasn't the case. It was, you are who you are, and you're exactly what we need and what we want. And you are useful. No matter how old you are or how weak you are or whatever, you are who we need. And that's why I picked the Small One as number one. I will now get off of my
So
soapbox.
deep, so deep. But you're right. I mean, the applications are all throughout life, whether it's personal, family, social media, YouTube streaming, all this
Mhm.
stuff. I mean, you get so many demands on, well, do this, do that, and whatever, and not being yourself or that you're not good enough, and as what you are is sufficient, and all those pressures. But
Mhm.
I mean, this message was just wonderful. So
Oh, The Prince of Egypt is an amazing movie. Oh my gosh, The Prince of Egypt. Yes, that is a that's a deep
yeah,
that one is too. Yes, I agree.
I think we saw that one with the kids many years ago.
Yes, I have that one. I really like that. I love the Prince of
How did
Egypt.
you come across the small one though for this?
I saw.
Did you actually remember it from
I
before?
have remembered the small one for, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I would okay. I,
yeah. No, I have the DVD of the
yeah,
small
well,
one.
because I'll be
It
honest
had,
with
it
you. I
actually
was
was
kind
a
of
book. It was a book,
right.
and then it became.
I thought it was kind of interesting when you started telling us which ones we are going to look at. I'm like, that? Well, I mean, I'm kind of like,
A lot
why?
of people
But
don't know of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Disney Plus, I know a lot of people don't, but it is on Disney Plus. And we have Disney Plus because Dadman wants to watch ESPN. So while he's watching his football, I do selectively go over there and watch certain programs, and the small one was one of them.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
but yes.
Well,
So
feel free,
anyway,
folks, if y'all have any other comments about any of these, any other questions as what we said, or any last thoughts that come up to your mind, feel free to share them. All right.
I was going to talk with Simply Steve talking about the Prince of
Yeah.
Egypt. What is very, very interesting about that movie is that they actually had um, Jewish rabbis and Jewish scholars um, preview it, and they were consultants of that movie. So um, a lot of accuracy from the Jewish perspective. So because sometimes that can be a problem, especially if you're doing a show like that. Um, so
Yeah.
yes, excellent movie, an excellent movie. The cat, everything was good with that movie too.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I need to write these down because actually, I just need to go through my list and just figure out movies to do
Yeah.
and talk about. Maybe
Oh
do
yeah.
watch parties. I keep
Yeah.
saying that, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how to do watch parties.
Yeah.
So to do them safely.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is our reviews for today.
I
I,
almost wonder
gosh,
if we could come up with a bad movies of Christmas or something.
so
But
wow,
then again,
12 people are
many of the
still
ones I like,
watching
many of the ones I like, you would be on your bad movie list
the
with me.
bad movies at Christmas. Jingle all the way. Number
Yeah.
one bad movie of Christmas. What movies do we not recommend you watch? Don't. Yes,
You're
I'm
too
sure
funny.
there are some out there that are pretty bad. Santa. Oh my gosh.
I can't watch that.
Oh my god.
It's just
Oh,
that. I mean, I
that's
understand
bad.
being edgy and adult,
I
but
have Santa versus.
that,
I have Santa conquers the Martians or something like that.
yeah,
That would be a fun one to
that was
do.
an all-time classic of Riff Tracks MST3K.
Yeah.
Well, that they love to pick on with that one, Santa versus the
So,
Martians. So
so
what
talking about, we're not talking.
classic? Yeah, oh, he's
Yes,
pointing at
yes,
Comic Relief Crusader being
yes.
classic. Okay.
So, on that note, I think it's time. It's been 2 hours and 17 minutes into the show.
Well,
2:17.
can I
Wow.
address Curtis Selby's comment right
Yes.
here? Hey, even Ahsoka was great if you watched it as MST3K. I did I did it on a watch party once, but yeah, say what? That wasn't that bad. Which one though, Peter Vinkman fan site? And welcome by the way.
Oh,
Which
probably Jingle All the Way.
yeah,
'Cause
probably
that's the one
so.
I said is like the worst.
Or Bad
Yeah.
Santa. Could be Bad
Oh,
Santa.
Bad Santa, Bad Santa was it was bad.
No,
It
but
was
see that
I thought
Bad
it
Santa
was
is just
just
one of those
naughty.
movies that I could not watch it as a Christmas movie because
No, yeah,
it
really,
it,
it's
it
an
is so
anti-Christmas.
like we talk about French fries at some places being nasty good. It's kind of like one of those nasty good movies.
It's a
It's like you want to cover your eyes, like you don't want to laugh, but it's like it's funny, but it's I could not watch it as a Christmas movie. So,
yeah.
but yes, Buddy said
But
DreamWorks.
the bad part
Yeah,
is that we'd have to actually sit through the movies. Ugh.
yeah, yeah,
I would
exactly.
not be doing the script thing that we do on these.
Oh, that
But
would be fun. We could move it to
no.
10 o'clock at night. So
Joseph, King of Dreams, and Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas are really good too. I think I have heard of Joseph, King of Dreams. I don't know if I might know, but it might be Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas might be one of those that I know it, but I don't know it's the DreamWorks one.
can I tell you something honestly? I'm sitting here. When I first read that comment, I saw Sinbad, and I'm like thinking, "Hey, somebody's cheering up for Jingle All the Way with Sinbad in it." But I see that now.
uh,
Steve likes
oh,
the.
Santa Conquers the Martians. I have that movie. I was
Oh,
looking
okay.
for.
Santa Conquers the Martians.
I
Yeah,
was looking for Santa Claus is coming to town, and
yeah.
I found Santa Conquers the Martian.
Comic Relief Crusader. Yeah,
Oh
but bad
no,
fun. Exactly.
yes.
Bad,
So
bad.
okie dokie, thank you everyone. I think we got
There's tomorrow. Make sure you.
yes, absolutely. I'm going to let's
Is this
see.
one tomorrow night at 8 also?
We
We
will
move
look.
back to the
Well,
evening.
let's talk here. Put that
Okay.
down. Take that away just for a
All
second.
right. Yes, ma'am.
Take it away.
All right. I thought I pushed the button. Okay. There
Okay,
you go.
so I'm going to go ahead and start my promotions. Then we'll put that up in a second. Morning
All right.
musings with Mrs. Dadman Walking is Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. We do puzzles, birthdays, celebrations, and memes. So check us out on Monday at 10. And then tomorrow at
Okay.
8 p.m., join us for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. There's a link right here in the chat that Buddy has put out. Thank you very much for that. But that is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Then on Monday, we are going to be reviewing A Christmas Story.
Oh,
Tuesday at 1, we are going to have some
can I?
Lego Builds Christmas
Sorry.
ones.
Can I say one thing about that Christmas Story movie?
No,
Okay.
keep it for Monday. Keep it for
No,
Monday.
no. I wasn't going to detail it, but I hope people really show up for that one because that one is a source of consternation for a lot of people. And I've seen a lot of talk about it because, two cable networks, TNT, TBS, have gone 24 hours with that movie for many years now. And see, some people really hate the movie and some really love the movie. I hope people show up and share your thoughts with that one. That's one that I'm really wanting to see, hopefully, get a lot of engagement with on that because of the extremes with that movie. That's all I
Right.
wanted to say
I
with
think
that.
you either love it or you hate it.
But I want to hear people's reasons. So
Exactly, exactly. Tuesday, we're going to be building some Lego Christmas, actually Lego stuff, a train and a Santa Claus. A Tuesday night
yes,
at 8, Home Alone
yes,
2, Lost in New York,
starring Tim Curry.
starring
Sorry.
Tim Curry. Now, Wednesday at 8, we're going to be doing Scrooged, which is
Yeah.
our another version of A Christmas Carol. I watched this when it came out and I loved it.
And I've never
Um,
seen it.
but I
So
am very curious. I wanted to watch it review and to see if it aged well
right.
or to see if just Bill Murray now annoys me. Yes, Fallout Dave, sure. Uh-huh.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
no,
she does.
no, 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 no.
Yes, she does.
So that will
Oh, I
be
think
on
Peter Venkman
Wednesday.
fan sites talking about having the. I'm thinking the Scrooge movie about the soundtrack because I know there were some big names that did music on that
Right.
music. So yeah, exactly. Oh, Comic Relief Crusaders, yes, for that one.
So that one's going to be on Wednesday. Thursday at 5, I'm going to put around in Lego Fortnite. And then Thursday at 8, our 12th movie we're going to do is Klaus it's on Netflix if you have it. Um, this is a newer animation. I believe, what year did it come out? Um,
2006, I'm guessing.
Klaus, it was 2019.
Oh, jeez, I was way too old.
Um, uh, so It's a it is an animated Christmas adventure. I would recommend watching it. Um, and after we do this on Friday on Dadman's channel, we're going to be having a show on Christmas traditions with the Dadmans and Daisy Blossom Flower Child, talking about our family traditions, if you have any, or and cultural traditions things. And the Fallout Dave's been puttering in Lego Fortnite today. I haven't had a chance to even get on Fortnite today. So that is a
Well, maybe
Friday.
our plans after this may be. I need to talk to you about my time frame after this.
Okay.
Maybe we could do
Okay.
some, but who knows?
Okay. So if you would like to support me, those that have, I thank you very much for that. I hope I have sent thank yous to everyone. Um, But you can buy me a cup of coffee at coffee.com, Mrs. Dadman Walking 55. You can buy me one cup of coffee. You can buy me a monthly cup of coffee, or you can buy me a really big cup of coffee, depending on how much you would like to donate. Um, the cost of stuff is going up, unfortunately. The StreamYards, which you see that I'm able to air this all on, has more than doubled in price. I haven't found a
Mm-hmm.
comparable replacement for it.
And you
So,
looked. I know you looked. You.
and I have looked. There's one that I need to look that someone had shared with us. It just, um, it's crazy. If you would like to gift me something, I do have a creator wish list. I have builds on it. I have stuff for my streaming. I have just silly stuff for me because why not? And that's at throne.com, Mrs. Dadman Walking 55. And if you, and Dadman has said this, and I'm going to say it, if you like what Dadman does and would like to support Dadman, he doesn't have a Ko-fi or a coffee account. He has said over and over again, come over here, donate on this one. If you want to put, hey, for Dadman or whatever in the note, you can. It's all going to help pay for StreamYards and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So if you like what Dadman's doing, help support us that way also. The button's not working. If you'd like to mail us something, me, Dadman155, or Angela, my youngest, who's a streamer on Twitch, you can mail it to us at P.O. Box 26603, Jacksonville, Florida 32226. My streams and VODs, YouTube at Mrs.Dadmanwalking55, Twitch, Mrs. Dadman Walking, no punctuation, no numbers, social media, M. Dadman Walking for Twix, Threads is Mrs. Dadman Walking 55, no punctuation, and a Discord, Mrs. Dadman Walking, no number and no punctuation. If you'd like to be part of my server, go over to my Discord and do a friend request. I'll accept that friend request and then I will invite you to the server. If you just want to go over to Discord and be a friend, go over to Discord, do a friend request. I'll send you an invite to the server. Don't accept it. I'm not going to be upset. I just can't read your minds. I don't know. So I send everybody an invite to the server if you do a friend request there. Now, Dadman's channel, his is real simple YouTube, Twitch, and Twix or Twitter. A Dadman Walking 55 is all of them. If there's no G, it is not he. We have someone that is doing Dadman walking with the avatar and all that stuff. So please be very mindful of that when you look for our stuff. I believe that is all we have for today. Um, Here, Buddy has put the links for the coffee and the PO box in the chat for you
Oh, sorry.
to. I'm sorry, for you to use if you need to. Yes, this is the only dad man you need. Right, Comic Relief Crusader.
There you go.
So thank you.
Exactly.
We have
The
almost
world
finished.
can't handle one. The missus has enough trouble with one as it is. And
Yes.
be sure before y'all leave, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to this Miss channel because she is about 216 away now from 500 to be able to monetize. So but like the better thing with the Kofi is that they keep more of the money instead of like that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Peter Venkman,
Yeah.
Miss Stedman said like she's a major store commercial. But before
And
we leave,
please like and
I
subscribe
wanted
to my
to
channel.
I wanted to hit one thing real quick because Peter Venkman said this stuff. Talk about movies and stuff that about Santa Claus. The movie was pretty decent, but a bit clunky. So we always say here around here, folks, always try your movies, whatever you want for yourself. Form
Sid
your own
Foster movie.
opinions
I
on
think I've
things.
seen that one. I have to look. So I
Yeah.
forget.
So
We are
thank you,
Legion.
Legion. We are
Yes.
Legion. With that, Mrs., we got a minute till 2.5 hours. So I don't know if you wanted to kill another minute, but thank you again for everybody.
By the time I get done with everything, I believe
Yeah, most of what I'm doing these days are just random streams. Friday is my next scheduled one. I would like to do a few more late nights at times, but life has been crazy again
No,
still. So
try before you buy, right? Simply Steve. Just
there
try.
you go. So, but hey, I thank y'all for your patience on my randomness for streams, and hope to see y'all at those two.
Okay,
Buddy, like,
that is the one with Dudley Moore. Okay, that movie is
uh,
gosh, it's been so long since I've seen that movie. Dudley Moore, he was so good.
yeah,
I love Dudley Moore.
yeah. Okay. Well, he's one guy I always avoided. I don't know why. Something always bugged me with him, but hey. But then
So
again, I'm
okay,
weird. So, all
okay.
right. Thank you,
Oh,
Mrs. And we'll
you're
talk about
welcome.
everything now. But thank you,
Yes.
everybody, for being here.
Okay. So on that note, I will see you next time. Remember to be kind, to show love. You're not promised tomorrow, so go to bed each night with no regrets. And most of all, I wish you peace. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye
Bye,
bye.
all.